Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're taking a look at some more goodies from Batuu and the Black Spire Outpost as we take a look at another figure from Galaxy's Edge. This figure is once again from the Black series and it is Captain Cardinal. Now this is a really cool figure despite being a bit of a mixture of repainted parts and new additions. It is however the only brand new figure that's been made available as part of this quartet of Galaxy's Edge themed figures. You may remember, as I mentioned, part of this line includes Hondo Anarcha, DJ Rex, my previous two reviews, and the Mountain Trooper. Those three figures have been made available previously. However, this figure is brand new and exclusive to this line of figures, and it's a really welcome addition. I'm not 100% familiar with Captain Cardinal's backstory. I know that he appears in the Galaxy's Edge novels. I'm not entirely sure what sort of role he plays in those books. I'm not entirely sure what role, if any, he plays at Galaxy's Edge itself, you know, the physical park. But what I do know is that Captain Cardinal makes for a great action figure. As you can see, he is a Crimson First Order Trooper. Shares some similarities with Captain Phasma, and throughout this review we'll touch base on the differences and similarities between those two characters, as well as all the other First Order Stormtrooper figures that have come before this one. Before we do all that, as always, if you want to pick this figure up for yourself, there is a link down below in the video description that will take you to staractionfigures.co.uk, and at the time of filming this review he is in stock and available to buy. And like with most of the Galaxy's Edge figures, I would grab these while you can, as they are definitely going to be popular. So before we take a look at the figure itself, let's have a look at the packaging he comes in. And as you can see, once again, we do get the Galaxy's Edge take on the Black Series boxes we've all come to know and love. As you can see at the front of the box there, you've got a really nice image of Captain Cardinal himself, illustrated once again by Gregory Titus. Very imposing image. On the front of the bubble there, you've got the Galaxy's Edge call out, which looks really nice. Got the silhouette of the Black Spire Outpost going on there. And then down the side, you'll see those Galaxy's Edge graphics once again. First Order logo down in the bottom corner. And then on the back, you've got another image of Cardinal, accompanied by a brief description of the character. So that is the box that Captain Cardinal comes in. Now let's take a look at the figure itself. As I mentioned, this guy is a repaint. And what this guy does is he basically takes the First Order Stormtrooper that was made available as part of the Amazon exclusive Heavy Stormtrooper from The Last Jedi, I believe, and just gives it a brand new look of paint. Obviously on face value he does look a little bit like a Sith Trooper. However, Captain Cardinal did come before we got a look at the Sith Troopers in The Rise of Skywalker, so he's not a Sith Trooper, he is just a regular First Order Trooper, but he does look fantastic in this crimson armour. What's really cool about this one is the fact that the finish on the armour is really nice and glossy. The armour hasn't been cast in red plastic like the Black Series Sith Trooper. The finish on this guy is much more akin to the Sith Jet Trooper from the Black Series, and that's a figure that we should probably take a look at some point in a future review. But yeah, just really nice looking, really striking in his appearance. Definitely stands out on a shelf, and even though he's not technically a Sith Trooper, this guy definitely wouldn't look out of place on your shelf leading a battalion of Sith Troopers into battle. Now, since he is essentially a First Order Stormtrooper repaint, he does come with all the usual articulation that we've come to expect from those figures. What is really cool about this guy, however, and if you haven't picked up either The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker versions of the First Order Stormtrooper, then you won't be aware of the updated elbows that have been added to this figure. You may remember when the First Order Stormtroopers were released back around the time of The Force Awakens, the elbows on those figures really were limited in terms of their posability. It was a real struggle to get a nice natural pose out of those arms, but since The Last Jedi and right up until this Captain Cardinal release, First Order Stormtroopers have featured a nice updated elbow joint, which just allows you to get this guy in some really cool poses. So that's worth mentioning right off the bat. In terms of the rest of the figure, you've got some great articulation going on. Again, if you've picked up any of these figures in the past, then you'll know what to expect. We do have a ball joint at the head. Unfortunately, there is no removable helmet. That would have been a nice feature to this figure, as some of the artwork we've seen of Captain Cardinal does show his human face underneath. It's just a generic head sculpt, if one had been included. Just a generic human face with some dark hair, but that would have been a nice addition nonetheless. Regardless, we just get this standard stormtrooper, unfortunately. So you have got a ball joint at the head there, hinges at the shoulders, hinges at the elbows as I mentioned previously. You've also got hinges at the wrists, a ball joint at the torso, hinges at the hips, swivels at the upper thigh, double joints in the knees, and hinges and rockers at the ankle. So again, great articulation. You can get Captain Cardinal in some really cool poses. And again, he just looks absolutely fantastic. Now, as I mentioned, he does share some similarities with Captain Phasma. In addition to his uniquely coloured armour, we also get a soft goods cape with this figure. It's not 100% accurate, once again, to the artwork we've seen of Cardinal so far. The artwork that we've seen doesn't have this silver trim around the edge of the cape, which I've got to admit, even though it's not accurate from the artwork that I've seen, I do prefer it with the silver trim. It just makes the figure stand out that little bit more. The cape itself is not a thick material. It's a nice thin fabric that drapes nicely over the back of the figure. Unfortunately, due to the way that he has been packaged in the box, it is a little bit creased up. That's something that I'll probably amend with a bit of ironing, just to neaten that out, make it look a bit nicer. It is a little bit crumpled, as you can see, but it's really, really nice. Again, really helps this figure stand out. If he didn't have the cape, he would essentially just look like a Sith trooper in many ways, but the cape really makes this guy pop on a shelf. In terms of accessories, as you can see, he does come with a blaster rifle. This is the same blaster that's been included with Captain Phasma, just given a lick of red paint. And he also comes with the standard First Order Stormtrooper blaster pistol as well, which, like with most Stormtroopers before him, can be plugged into the slot on the leg. Obviously, in terms of sculpt, he's nothing we haven't already seen in regards to First Order Stormtroopers. Obviously, you've got the narrower mouthpiece on the helmet, which made its first appearance in The Last Jedi, as opposed to that thicker slit in the helmet that was shown in The Force Awakens. But it does look really, really cool. And again, this is a great addition to the collection. If you're looking for a leader for your Sith Troopers, look no further than this guy. If you're just looking to expand your First Order ranks, again, this is a figure that you should definitely pick up. And I'm really happy that I was able to add him to the collection. Hopefully, somewhere down the line, Commander Pyre from those Black Series Galaxy's Edge multi-packs gets an individual release. I'll be sure to pick that figure up if it does. I'm pretty sure he is getting a release. I'm sure I've seen some reports and some images circulating online, but again, nothing official as yet as far as I'm aware. But again, really, really nice addition to the collection, this one. So that is going to do it for Captain Cardinal, the latest addition to the First Order. Really hope you've enjoyed having a look at this figure, and I'll be back with another look at some Galaxy's Edge figures in my next review. As I mentioned, got the Mountain Trooper to round out this quartet of Black Series reviews, so stay tuned for that. And until my next review, as always, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.